is CEO of Fun. It does not stand for Chief Executive Officer. It stands for Choose an Exciting Opportunity. And that's what you have in network marketing. And it is my opinion that the more fun you have in this industry, the more successful you're going to be. So it's almost your duty to have fun and to be able to show a lifestyle that people would really love to have. Because I feel, and many people in networking feel, it is truly a wonderful life. It's exciting, it's fun, but you need to know what you're doing. And that's what we teach literally all over the world. I've been traveling with Dawn now for 30 years. We've been in the industry for 40. We've been married over 47 years. So we have lived the history of this industry. And there is no better life in the world because you have the time, money, and with all these wonderful products and services that networking offers, you have your health. You can get the stress. Many people are so stressed out today. And I like to tell people, well, maybe it's time to bail out your wallet. Now, how do you do that? Well, the way you do it is to have residual income. And you see, when you know what you're doing, you have residual income in networking. And that's why we're so thankful for our company steps who have made it possible for us to have the books and the CDs and the DVDs and the websites. I mean, think of the technology that we have today. It just amazes me when I think that we have our whole computer, our whole life can be in that little telephone that we carry around. That is totally remarkable. In our history, we didn't even have television. Think of how the times have changed. This industry just keeps getting easier and easier. I tell people you can communicate literally around the world effortlessly, and it hardly costs you anything, or it's free. How amazing is this? You see, it's my job to have fun, and I think that is the whole secret of this industry. But to have fun, then I have to say to you, welcome to freedom. Because see, when you're successful in networking, you have freedom. That means you can go where you want to go, when you want to go, with whom you want to go, and you can wear what you want to wear. I mean, Don Failla wears a Hawaiian shirt most of the time because he wants to remind people there's an alternative lifestyle out there today. You see, all we really have are the choices that we've made up to this very moment. And that's why I want to suggest to you, maybe it's time to make some more choices. A choice that will get you on a better life, that will help you be able to make a difference in the world. You see, you change people's lives one person at a time. And it's not really our job to change a person because the tools will do that. Because if you understand this industry, if you believe this industry, believe me, you would be in it. You know, I'm absolutely having the time of my life. I've worked many boring dead-end jobs, just like many of you. I've spent 7 years grinding my way up in the corporate world, hitting my head on the glass ceiling. And today, when I share with other professional people and professional women, are now getting into networking because they know more money part-time than they can from any full-time job or any full-time career, literally anyway. There are a lot of people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired. They are tired of living their life in black and white. Why not live your life to the fullest? Live your life in full color, in technicolor. I mean, to be able to travel the world, that's what I wanted to do. That is totally a blessing. Did I ever think that I would get to go to India and learn how to tie and wear a sari? Did I ever think I would be eating paella in Valencia, Spain? Did I ever think that? No, I never thought that. I was raised by parents who were a black and white. They lived that type of life, survival, a poverty mentality. But in networking, you can get into prosperity. When I was young, I didn't know anything about prosperity. Then I married Don Failla for life. I mean, there are lots of rags to riches stories in networking, and many of you know them, or maybe you're one of them. But to be able to have the opportunity, not only for your own life, but for your family's lives and for people's lives that you haven't even met yet. And what about your friends' lives? I was talking to a friend in Hawaii today, and he called, and Don wasn't here, so I spent a half hour talking with him on the phone. And he has a new granddaughter, but he doesn't have the money to be able to do the things that we'd love to be able to do. I mean, to be able to spend time with your children or your grandchildren and take them to some of the amusement parks that are available around the country, around the world, I mean, that is so exciting to have that kind of a lifestyle. And what about cruising? Don loves to cruise. One of the best cruises that we've ever gone on is we were on the Royal Princess on the 4th segment of the World Cruise out of Dubai through the Suez Canal, all around the Mediterranean. You see, the reason I tell you this is that you have a choice today. You have a choice to be able to travel the world. You have a choice, like we did, to be able to feed people, children in Africa. We can spend time with our church and doing community service or the environment. I mean, you can drive the car of your choice. You can live in the home of your choice. I mean, we are so thankful. We have just developed, along with our son, a fantastic facility called Failla Villa. You can check it out, www.failavilla.com. I mean, these are things that we never thought possible. We lived in an apartment when our sons were little. I mean, now to think that we are able to not only live in 2 homes, but have Failla Villa, I mean, this is exciting. It's exciting for us, but it's more exciting for you because we have the tools. You see, when you have the tools, building and networking goes much smoother and much quicker. So that's what Don's going to be sharing with you today. You see, the Own Your Life movement is on around the world, literally all over the world. I've been traveling with Don for the last 30 years, and we wear the Own Your Life pin. And the Own Your Life pin is very important because you want to be able to let people know that you are owning your life. You know, it's so much fun because when I was, where was I? Oh, I was in Denmark, and everybody was wearing their pin upside down. And I says, what's this? And they said, it's great. Because, Nancy, everybody wants to straighten it, and then you can start owning more of your own life. You see, and that's what people want to do. They want to have a better life for their family and their friends. They just don't know how to do it. And that's where Don Failla comes in. That's where the system comes in, because the system will help you know how to build your opportunity and also be able to do it so much quicker and faster. You see, that's why that book, the 45-second presentation that will change your life, is so popular. It's sold over 6 million copies. I mean, granted, you might think we're really old, but let me tell you, I have more energy and more excitement today than I've ever had because things just keep getting better for people. Things are getting better for our children. They have time to be able to spend with their children. We have 5 grandchildren. They all live within 3 miles of us. Now, let me tell you, I'm excited about that because I can not only have a relationship with my own children, but with my grandchildren. And our granddaughters, they are fantastic tennis players. Let me tell you, our Jessica, she is on the National Junior Circuit, and at the moment, she's ranked 4th in all of Southern California for girls 16s. Do I have the time of my life watching her? Let me tell you, she's only 15. But let me tell you, you got to buy those expensive tennis clothes. But you know, you don't have to live in a budget anymore when you become successful in networking. So, you know, we have 2 sons, but now I've got these 2 granddaughters, and I got 2 daughter-in-laws. So how fun it is for me to have some girls in my life. Plus, I have the time to be able to spend with them. That's what's so important because you can only eat so much food. You can only live in so many houses. But let me tell you, when you have the time to do some more important things and make a difference in people's lives, that's what's important. And that's why once you get it going in networking, you never want to change. You see, it's fun, friends, and financial freedom. And once you have that financial freedom, that residual income flowing, it just becomes so different. And the hardest thing for me is that I want this lifestyle more for people than they want it themselves, because they don't know what it's like. Most people are not raised in a manner where they have all this prosperity in their life, and you can have it. Remember, it's a choice that you can make. We have a mascot, and I always carry my little rabbit with me. This is kind of fun. You see, I'm in charge of fun. And the reason we have a rabbit is that rabbits multiply really fast. And that's what you're supposed to be doing in networking. And the only way you can do that is to be able to use the tools to be able to do it. Because most of these networking companies now are international. They're certainly all over the US and Canada, and many of them are in many, many countries. So our rabbit is called Richard Rabbit. His friends call him Rich. And see, you can be rich, and you can be able to do a lot of fun things. You see, you're either born rich, you marry rich, or you get into a network marketing opportunity and get rich. Then you can do some more important things in your life. Now, experience is your best teacher. Don Failla has been very, very successful in this industry. And as his assistant, I've been right there with him for all these many years. He wears a Hawaiian shirt. He's wearing one today. And that reminds you there is an alternative lifestyle. There's a better way to do things today. You have a choice. And that's what you want to be able to share with people. I don't want any negative people in my life, because I got the best gift in the world to give them. And all they have to do is understand it, and all I have to do is share a lifestyle card with them, the 45-second presentation, a book, a CD, have them go to a website. I mean, how easy is it? So now I'd like to have you meet Don Failla, and here he is. Remember, I'm the CEO of fun, and having fun is what you want to be able to do, because that makes a difference in a person's life. Most people are miserable. They have a choice. They don't have to be that way. Here's Don Failla.
I'd like to start off by having you write down a word, and the word is understand. And why is that important? Well, 100% of the people in the world who are not in network marketing do not understand it. 80 to 90% of the people in the world who are in network marketing don't understand it. And you'd be surprised how many company owners don't understand it. So what I'm going to do for you today is to give you a better understanding of network marketing, and also go over our system that's evolved over the years that can help you grow your business very, very fast. We, like Nancy said, we do seminars all over the world. And I usually start off by asking the people, when you sponsor a new person into your business, how much teaching time, how much training time does it take you before your new person can actually go out and sponsor someone? Can you do it in 1 or 2 hours? No. How about 2 or 3 days? No. Then I say, well, how many of you have sponsored people who've been with you 3, 4 months and they still haven't sponsored anybody? And you'd be amazed how many people respond to that. Then I simply say, how would you like to know why they haven't sponsored anybody? Well, the answer is so simple when you hear it. The reason they haven't sponsored anybody is because nobody taught them something that they can do. See, it's fine if you can do it, but until you have something you can teach your people that they can do, it's just not going to duplicate for you. So before I get into the system and our simple presentation that we teach our people, which we can actually teach someone in less than 10 minutes how to actually get started sponsoring and building a business, I want to go over some other things for you that will be very helpful and useful for you to know. First of all, you have to understand that 95% of any population are the non-sales types, and 5% of the populations are the sales types. Now, we got rich by teaching our people how to work with the non-sales types. Now, it's interesting to note that probably 90% of the people in network marketing, again, because they don't understand, they're out looking for salespeople. But do you realize that historically, the type of person who has the least chance of making it in network marketing is a salesperson? So isn't it ironical that people will spend most of their time looking for the type of person who has the least chance of making it? Now, if you happen to be a salesperson, yeah, you're listening to the right call, because see, a salesperson can be absolutely huge in network marketing, but under one condition and one condition only, and that is that they learn network marketing. Because if you treat it like sales, when you talk to people, they're going to run the other way. See, it's very typical for a salesperson to come into the industry and want to go out and recruit a lot of people. Well, you've got to remember that this is a business about duplication. And you're not duplicated until the person you sponsor is 3 levels deep. So if I'm the thumb and I sponsor someone and they're the finger, I'm not duplicated with that person until they're 3 levels deep. Well, we see salespeople come into the industry and they'll go out and recruit 50, 60 people in their first 6, 7, 8 months, and they haven't duplicated themselves one time. In fact, salespeople, see, they're used to being recruited by sales managers to sell for the sales manager. Well, what happens is that you recruit a salesperson into your program, and what they're thinking is, oh, I'm going to go out and recruit a bunch of people to sell for me. Well, see, with that kind of thinking, they'll never make it big in this industry, because we don't recruit people to sell for us. We sponsor people so we get to go to work for them. Do you see the difference? The biggest asset a salesperson has over the non-sales type is the ability to call on and meet strangers, okay? But it's that asset that becomes the cause of their failure, because they don't spend enough quality time with any one person they sponsor to get the duplication process started. Now, the non-sales type, it's very uncomfortable for them to call on and meet strangers. So what happens with them is that we teach them, to make a friend, of course, if they don't have one, and then meet their friends. Make a friend, meet their friends. We have fun with this in seminars, especially in Australia, because we tell people you can program your mind for success when you go to bed at night. And, put your head on the pillow. In Australia, they've got 60 million sheep to count to get to sleep. We say, well, forget the sheep. Just put your head on the pillow and say, I'm going to make a friend. I'm going to meet their friends. I'm going to make a friend. I'm going to meet their friends. You just keep doing that till you fall asleep, and you do that for 1 week. Your mind will be totally programmed for what you need to do to be successful in this business. Now, I know a lot of the people on the call are in health companies, okay? Now, you need to understand that there's only about 15% of any population that are sick, hurt, or into health. And, if you think you're looking for people to sell health products, for example, you've got a very small market. In fact, out of that 15, it breaks down to 8% that are really into health. And anyone that would argue that point, I'd say, well, simply count the square footage of all the health food stores in town, then your supermarkets, you won't even have 8%. So if you think you're selling health products, you have a very small market. Then you have to be very knowledgeable about what you have before you feel like you can actually go out and talk to anyone. Well, see, we don't go there. We're in a health company. We always have been in a health company since we've been in the industry. But we've never taught people to look for people to sell health products. What we do is we teach them to look for people who want something. Do you realize now you've got 95% of the population instead of 8? The 5% on the top, they already have it all. And, they want to live forever. So we say, hey, they make great customers. But we have a prospect base of 95% because anybody that we talk to, whether they're into health or not, can build a business because once they understand network marketing, the health company is their vehicle. And what we end up with are a lot of converts to health. What I want to do, because we are limited for time on the call, I want to go through our system to just show you how simple it is. And in fact, at the top of the chat list there's some websites there. You'll see the www.45secondtools.com. And that website, you'll see all of our materials, the Own Your Life pin Nancy talked about, and then also, I don't think you can see it too clear, but we have the lifestyle card. And on the back of the card is what's called the 45-second presentation. So what we do, like I say, we teach our people to talk to their friends about what they want, okay? And like I say, 95% of the people want something, okay? And so you say you're meeting with Bill in a coffee shop, restaurant, having lunch, whatever. You don't start the process when you sit down. You wait until you're about ready to leave because otherwise they're going to have too many questions and you can't answer them because you just signed up yesterday. So anyway, what you do during the meal is you talk to Bill about what they want. Find out what he wants in life, material things, otherwise, what have you, travel, it doesn't matter. Okay, you're about ready to leave the restaurant. You say to Bill, hey, Bill, you could really help me out. Do you know anybody who likes to travel and go on vacation? Do you know anybody like that? I asked Bill if he knows anybody who likes to travel, go on holiday. And then and they always respond positively. They say, oh, yeah, well, I do, or everybody does, whatever. And then I say, it takes three things to do that. It takes time, it takes money, and it takes your health. If I could show you how you could have all three, would you be interested? Now, notice in the beginning, I asked him if he knew anybody, but now I convert it back to him and say, if I could show you how you could have all three, would you be interested? And he says yes. And then at that point, I hand him the Own Your Life card and have him read on the back the 45-second presentation. You can hear that presentation when you go on the website, donandnancyfailla.com, okay? Now, after he reads the card, he's interested, he wants more information. At this point, I would loan him a copy of my book. Now, that's the book, the 45-second presentation. And notice the word loan. I don't give him the book, I loan him the book, tell him to read the first 4 chapters. Okay, now, the reason we have him read the book is so he can understand network marketing. Let me give you the history of the book. It's in its 30th anniversary edition now, and as Nancy said, it sold over 6 million copies. It's in 25 languages. We just added Brazil, Taiwan, and China to the languages in the process of adding the last 2. Well, 10 years before we had the book, we were doing the business the way a lot of you are doing it right now, with a product and a vehicle approach. But we did one thing that was different from everyone else. Before we would let our new person talk to anyone, we would sit down with them and teach them what became known as the Napkin Presentations. Now, napkin, because we'd be in a restaurant, we'd be sketching things out on the napkin, and that's where it came. And there was like 10 of them. And once a person knew and understood them, we coined the phrase and said, now they know how to drive. To do this properly would take somewhere between 3 and 4 hours with all the interruptions. Well, we were very, very successful doing the business this way, but I got burned out. After 10 years of doing the business like this, I said, Nancy, I can't do this anymore. So one Christmas holiday, we were over in the Phoenix, Arizona area for our boys' tennis. I made an outline of the Napkin Presentations. When we got back to the Northwest, with about 14 people in the room, made the first audio taping of the Napkin Presentations, ran an hour and a half. was later redone in a studio, condensed to 1 hour. And my thinking at the time was the next time we sponsor someone, instead of getting together with them for 3 or 4 hours, we would loan them the tape, and the tape could do the talking for us. Now, probably one of the smartest things I've ever done in my life, or luckiest things, of course, other than Mary Nancy, was I didn't mention the name of the company that we were with when I made the tape. The tape got out into a lot of companies, and like in 3 to 4 months sold over 10,000 copies. Now, from the tape, the book was written, and in the last 30 years now, I have not sat down with anyone to teach them any of the napkin presentations, because if people want a better life, we loan them the book, and then they can go ahead and read the book. And like I say, we coined the phrase, once they read the book, they understand the business. When they understand it, we said, now they know how to drive. And when you know how to drive, you need a vehicle. Now, I want to give a little analogy, and you'll see where a lot of people are kind of going wrong in building their business. Everybody seems to think that they've got the hot vehicle. Okay, so people want to go to their friend's home, tell them all about their hot vehicle, their company product, and so forth. Well, see, a Ferrari is a hot vehicle also. But if you owned a brand new Ferrari, would you let your best friend go for a drive around the block in your brand new Ferrari if they didn't know how to drive? No way you would do that. Well, see, that's what's happening. People go in, tell people they spend an hour and a half in someone's home, and then they wonder why people tell them they don't have time to do the business. I mean, think about how much time we take. We engage a person in a conversation about what they want. We have them read the card, which takes 45 seconds. We loan them the book. And then once they read the book and they understand network marketing, we send them to our vehicle, our company website. All companies have websites now. They can do the talking for us. That is how simple this business is. And see, another thing, and this is a great testimony. When we're teaching, the system in seminars, one of the points I bring out is that one of the secrets to the system is we teach our people not to talk. Because the more you talk, the more people think they don't have time to do what you're doing. And the more you talk, the more they think they can't do what you're doing. Well, last year we were doing a series of seminars in Japan, and in 6 of the venues, there was like upwards of 25 hearing impaired people off to the right of the stage. And when I got to that point in the seminar, I said, yeah, we teach our people not to talk. They were all over there kind of pumping their fists because they can't talk. Well, at the end of each one of these seminars, they had an award ceremony, and in every one of them where the hearing impaired people were, the ones that got the top awards were the hearing impaired people. So that's how simple it is. Anybody can do it. You don't have to be a salesperson to loan someone a book. You're at a social gathering. You ask someone what they do, they tell you, and then they ask you what you do. And we simply say, my wife and I are lifestyle trainers. We teach people how to have a better life. Here's my card. And when you get a minute, read the back. When you get home, check out the website. Now, the website they check out is www.donandnancyfailla.com. And when you go through that website, there are 18 video clips, starting off with a 45-second presentation, one done by Nancy, one done by myself. Now, when you get your own website, you could set it up. You get 3 websites, so you can set up with one with Nancy doing the introduction, one with mine. I have all 18 video clips on my site because it's kind of a demonstration site, but you could just maybe have an introduction, and just the 10 napkin presentations were all done in 2 to 3 minute video clips. So like if you're talking to someone clear across the country and you want to get them a jump start on the book so they can understand network marketing, just tell them to go to the website and look at the video clips, because that's like a synopsis of the book, and then tell them to fill out the survey form at the end. And when they do that and hit the submit button, then you get their information. They get the first 4 chapters of the book on ebook for free.